Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here, bringing you guys another gym video at last. Now I know I've been fairly inconsistent with my gym uploads, and I apologize for that. I've been going to the gym at different times recently. I've been going later in the day when it's a bit busier, and I don't always like to record when it's busy at the gym because I don't want to get in people's way. However, my training has been going really well. I feel like I'm in a really good place with my intensity, with my focus, and definitely with my diet as well. With all these gym videos, I like to talk about my diet a little bit because that is a huge part of making progress for me, you know, with my bodybuilding goals. But what we're doing today is a chest day, and I'd like to break down a little bit what I like to do on my chest days. Since I'm getting a little bit more food in me, I'm eating around 3,000 to 3,200 calories a day, which is about maintenance for me, which gives me enough energy to train at the gym with more of the Berserker style. One of the things I like to do is maintain intensity at all times. However, when I'm getting a little bit more food, the intensity can take the shape of a little bit faster, more powerful lifts with maybe a little bit heavier weight, whereas when I'm dieting, I'd like to adopt a little bit more of like the Zen Master intensity style, where you're more focused on time under tension, having good stretch, good squeeze, good contractions, whereas I'm willing to say this, the Berserker style is a little bit more about just pushing weight around and moving a little bit faster. Not full-on powerlifter style, because I do keep my volume up really high, but one of the things I like to do is just go immediately back and forth between different exercises. So even though this is my chest day, I'm gonna do sets of this row movement between every single set. And if you guys have watched my videos before, you guys know I do a ton of sets. So it does equal out to a lot of volume, but it's the way I like to train. I like to really put a lot of effort into my workouts, and it makes it easy for me to keep my head in the game because I'm going right back and forth, not a lot of rest, not really getting cold, staying pumped, staying warm, and that feels good to me. So what I'm doing with my bench workouts is I'm starting at 135, and I'm doing a ladder all the way up to wherever I feel comfortable. So I think I went as high this time as 235. Sometimes I'll go heavier than that. But what I'm doing with this ladder is I'm doing 3 sets at each weight bracket, and I'm doing as many reps as I can per set, basically. Not going into full failure because I know that I'm doing 3 more sets like that. So if it feels like maybe I could really struggle to get 1 more rep out of the set, sometimes I let that be the set and come back and do the same amount of reps next set and just keep the volume high rather than trying to get every last drop out of every last set. Plus, I'm not lifting with a spotter, so it just keeps it safer as well. But that's the way I like to train right now. Definitely entering more into the Berserker style, like I mentioned before. You know, it's summertime for me, so the keeping the calories at maintenance is partially because I kind of want to be able to set myself up to be lean enough to go to the beach and feel good about myself. But a lot of it is I also just don't need to be in a massive surplus to actually gain muscle mass, especially because I've been in such a high surplus right after my competition. I feel like I put on more than plenty of body fat, and over the winter time I definitely was really strong, but I realized just in terms of how I want to feel and how I want to look, definitely put on a little bit more body fat than I wanted to. But I feel like with my training right now and my diet right now, I'm really settling into a really good training rhythm, and definitely a diet that feels good too. And I know that this training style is kind of strange. You know, a lot of people are like, so you're doing chest and back on the same day, but you have chest and back days as part of your program. That's true. Just to break it down real quick, that is generally what I do. I guess my training week sort of starts with legs, if you think of it that way. It's a 4-day rotation, and it just repeats. I don't usually take rest days unless they just sort of happen, but I always get a little bit of exercise on those days, even if I have to like train at home or something. But I do legs, then I do like, it depends on if I want to do arms and shoulders. That's what I'll do. And then sometimes on my back days, the reason I do arms and shoulders right after leg days, because I sometimes like on my back days to do some deadlifts. I'm trying to work deadlifts back into my program. I took them out for a while because I figured if I was going to get injured, it was going to be doing deadlifts. So I've been bringing deadlifts back just a little bit. Nothing too intense with them, just trying to work them back in the system because I don't want my legs to get too weak. But you see the little kid running back there? He's having a good day at the gym. I like that. I like that enthusiasm. But anyway, so I do legs, arms and shoulders, back with sometimes deadlifts, but even on my back days, I usually do a little bit of pushing movements, usually just on like the standard like machines, nothing real plate loaded, anything like that for my chest workouts at that point, just some machine chest press like just because it feels good to do that for me. I like that push-pull, you know, chest and back pump. And then for my chest days, I will obviously do, you know, actual, you know, dumbbell movements, barbell movements for my chest, but I will add in plate-loaded back movements as well, just for the exact same reason. I like to feel that chest pump at the same time as the back pump. It feels good to me. It keeps me moving. It keeps me warm. Helps me get just a lot of exercise. I was doing cardio for a little bit. I've backed off on the cardio just a little bit recently, just because it takes a long time, and I'm, you know, kicking as much butt as I can with my actual weight training, and that's feeling pretty good for me. I wouldn't be afraid to add in some cardio, just because I think a lot of times cardio just helps me feel better mentally and physically. Just cardiovascular health is an important thing, especially because I'm spending so much of my day sitting down, you know, streaming and whatnot. But honestly, right now, the cardio is not like a huge factor for me, but I feel comfortable adding it in. But that's pretty much my rotation, is legs, arms and shoulders, back with a little bit of chest, then chest, a little bit of back, repeat. And that's been going pretty well for me. I'm weighing about 210 right now, and I'm interested to see how my body sort of trends. I'm wondering if at eating, you know, 3,000, 3,200, which I estimate is my maintenance, if I'll gain weight, lose weight, or stay the same. So we'll see. And I actually have a really cool video about a body analyzer, like a scale that I've got, that I want to share with you guys as well, because that is part of the fun with your training and dieting, is always, you know, tracking what you're doing, whether it's at the gym or, you know, with your diet, and then actually seeing the results. And that the scale or body analyzer is part of that. So the body, whatever I actually am, my body analyzer says I'm about 20% body fat, which I don't think is unreasonable. I think my normal sort of walking around body fat probably is around 20%. I don't tend to stay super lean year round, but I definitely got lean enough for the show, so that feels good. But like I said, I do like being a little bit leaner, so I think over time, I'm not going to try to go on like another super big bulk right now. At most, I'll do the steady lean bulk, because like I said, I did my show, got really lean, had really good success with that process. After the show, we were so happy. We won the, you know, first place overall. Had cause to celebrate. Had reason to be happy. I was eating like 8,000 calories a day. Got a lot of my mass back. Got a lot of my strength back over the winter. But the body fat was the consequence of that, which is fine. So now we were low, then we went high, and now I think we're stabilizing back into about where I normally am, which helps me get in a really good stable rhythm with my diet and training, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But all in all, guys, my training's going really well. And don't think that I've forgotten about these gym videos. They're still some of my absolute favorite videos to make. It's just a matter of finding the right time to get them recorded. But it's all good. Hopefully you guys are having a good time with your training as well. Definitely keep me posted in the comments. You know, I'm always interested to hear what your fitness goals are. Always want to hear how they're going for you guys, because a lot of people tell me that these videos are a source of motivation for them, which is outstanding, but I want you guys to know that your comments and your support are a huge motivation for me as well. So keep the good vibes flowing, keep kicking butt, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!